All right, guys, on this segment, we're going to be talking about what online resources can help my business. Well, obviously, I have to put mine first, right? chriskraze.com, KRISKRAZE.com. If you go to the bottom and click tools, you're going to be on this resource here. If you're watching these videos on YouTube, obviously you have the entire playlist. I have three series here. Questions to ask before starting a business, when starting a business, and after you've started a business. It guides you through the entire process using real life examples and data-driven approach to this on what topics to cover. Here's one of the videos that you're about to watch now. So why online resources matter. Obviously, they're going to save time, they're going to reduce costs, and are going to increase efficiency, right? So you're going to access tools that large companies use, now available to startups. There's a vast series of information. We are living in an information age. So you want to make sure that you understand your business inside and out. Resources are out there. You got to find them. They're not just going to come to you. You got to find them. You got to go out. You got to search for them. And obviously, they're there. You don't know what you don't know until you know it, right? So business planning and formation. Let's talk about that. SBA.gov. Very great resource. Very great. So business guides, they do templates, they do funding, they have a lot more. You can ask them questions, they can give you answers, right? LegalZoom, Rocket Lawyer for business formation, contracts, legal help. We talked about some of this stuff in earlier segments of this series. Also, Stripe Atlas, start a US company remotely. So there's other sources out there and resources available, but you have to find them, and you could Google or GPT business planning and formation resources. Number 3 here is going to be finance and accounting. Obviously, QuickBooks, Xero, Wave. Bookkeeping and invoicing is critical. I use PayPal in certain businesses. I use Stripe. These are payment processors, and we'll talk about some of these later, but these are great resources as well. And we have a whole resource sheet below that you can look at, and you can find different resources on this. Obviously, Expensify, expense tracking and reimbursement. We're going to have Bench, online bookkeeping service for small businesses. You don't need to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars to have bookkeeping done. Some of these will do it for you, and there's automated and AI processes that do it now as well. So marketing and branding, Canva, MailChimp, ConvertKit, HubSpot. These are email marketing. Obviously, go high level. We have a link below that you can get your own CRM started, your own branding with this, and a customer relationship manager or a resource manager, whatever you want to call it. But you have the CRM there. It also does some of the marketing for you. It does some online tasks for you, handles emails, handles text. It's a great resource. I personally use it. We use that. We use ClickFunnels. However, simple stuff. You don't need to do PowerPoints. There's Canva now, right? MailChimp, ConvertKit, and HubSpot. They're email platforms, but they're also CRMs as well. MailChimp and ConvertKit being more on the email side and automation, HubSpot and other things like that on the CRM. Go high level. We use them. I have a special code for you below, or a special link that will get you in at a lower rate, right? Google Analytics, website traffic and user behavior. I can't tell you how important this is. Google Tag Manager, Google Analytics. There's other Google platforms that are out there that help you better understand your website. This gets more into the marketing side of things, but they're phenomenal, right? Google Search Console. You need to know what people are searching for to come on your website, to land on your website. I use Cloudflare. These are some data trackers. However, they protect my website as well. They give me more data on where people are coming from, what's going on. I'm kind of a little bit all over with that, but these are things that I personally use, and I'm recommending them to you as well. So website and e-commerce. Wix, I don't like Wix too much. It's easy, it gets you going. I use a lot of WordPress. I use Squarespace. We use Magento platforms, Shopify, WooCommerce. These are all selling products online and website builders. Now, what I can give you as a pro tip on this is, if you want to put up a website, why would you take Shopify over WordPress? Yes, Shopify has templates. A lot of things look like Shopify. You can do custom templates. I personally would like something like that because I could tell you, running hundreds of my own websites, whether it's HTML, Wix, whether it's WordPress, whether it's anything. Wix is different, but WordPress, anything that I host on my side, I have to pay my server team to handle these things. I have issues with the server periodically. We need to do things on the server. We have server work. We have firewall protection here. We have attacks. The bigger your website gets, the more attacks are gonna get. You know, DDoS attacks, cloaking, all of this stuff, they're nightmares. Guess what? If you run your own server, you have to handle all that, and it's coming out of your pocket. If you go with something like a Shopify, like a Wix, they have a development team that's working across the board on all the websites, and they will ultimately handle those issues for you, and that's part of why you pay them per month, right? Now, project management and productivity. Trello, I use it, I love it. There's ClickUp, I use that, I love it. Trello, I have on my automated systems. I upload a video and bam, it goes downstream, gets cut up, gets edited, gets published. There's an entire process for that goes online, and it's phenomenal. I love that, right? That's how I use Trello. You can use it for many different ways. Asana also. Slack, we use this for communication, right? So Slack is great for communication. These things have APIs and call outs to each other to where you can set up automations, especially with GPTs now, where you can have certain things happen. If a notice comes in on something, if somebody makes a comment, if somebody replies to an email, boom, sends a notice in the Slack, my team looks at that so they're not sitting there all day long just waiting on things to come in. Notion, knowledge base and collaboration. Notion is great. It's a public resource for your customers if you want it to be. I can put things in there, people can view them, and I can organize them great. I actually love Notion as well. Hiring and outsourcing. So I have to tell you on this one, we have a program where we talk about hiring and outsourcing. As I'm a consultant, I come into businesses and I say, here's what's going on. I get data collection from you and I say, here's where you can outsource these items. Here's the things that are missing that you need. Here's what you didn't know that you need. Here's where you can find these people. And we can even put VAs in your business for you. So click below, there's a link there that will talk more about this. We can bring you into our community. We have a free community you can come into where we have more resources. It also talks about this as well. But ultimately, we utilize many different platforms. You know, I've used Indeed, ZipRecruiter, LinkedIn, Fiverr, the Upworks, the whole 9 yards. So these are things that are great. Each has their own nuances, and I cover some of those in free videos that we have in our free group, right? So learning and growth, Coursera, Udemy, Skillshare. Obviously YouTube, we have YouTube businesses. I have YouTube that brings in money also for itself, but also customers into the business. So you wanna look into each one of these, jog your mind, understand what you have going on. And I will tell you right now, it's going to seem daunting. You're probably like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. All these softwares, all these subscriptions, everything that's needed here. Pick and choose the right one, right? In your mind, yes, you're at point A, you wanna be at point E, but you got to go from B to C, the D, and you got to work your way up. Each step of the way, you add another software, you add another type of resource that's going to help your business, and therefore you're not overloaded. You don't need to go and get all of these in the same day. That's the misconception. Add them as you need, refine the processes as you need, and yearly go through them and say, do I really need this? Am I using this or am I just paying for it? If it's 20% or more, in my opinion, if you're not using this more than 20% out of the year, then it's not needed at all. If there's one simple task that you're doing on a platform or service that you could do on something else, probably better to just get rid of that and bring it into another service that you could use and group that together. That's a whole nother video, a whole nother topic, but what do we have coming up next? We have the biggest challenges in starting a business. I'll see you there.